Not sure what's going on. There's at least 100 bees flying around the bucket going in it. There's probably at least 50 in it right now. I pulled it down and there's just maybe 50 bees in there. I didn't see a queen. I don't know if they're robber bees, scouts, or a tiny little swarm that didn't finish, getting inside. There's lots of bees are coming and going. I don't know, I'll give it another day and check it tomorrow and see what has happened. So here's my wood trap. It's about 100 feet from the other trap I just showed you, and there are scouts checking it out. You can just see one, yeah, right there's one. There's several inside, but not as, yeah, there's 2 or 3 right there. For some reason up near the lid there was quite a few, like 10, 12 bees when I walked up here. You can see it's about 8 feet to the bottom of the trap. So I hope I catch a swarm. This, by the way, is like a double deep of a 5-frame nuke box, which equals to about 10 gallons of capacity, which is supposedly the ideal volume that a swarm is wanting. Yeah, there's 5, 6 bees at the entranceway. I only have 2 frames in there because if you put too many frames, then when the bees measure the space, they don't think it's enough volume. So just 2 frames in there. So yesterday I showed you the scout activity, and this is what showed up. Not sure what time, but it was probably after 9 o'clock. It was after 9 o'clock. With them on the outside of the bucket, I'm guessing this is a bivouac, and most likely I'm guessing that would be either one of my 10 colonies here that swarmed, or if there was a feral colony in the woods here that swarmed, and they're just waiting here to find their permanent home. One of the reasons I say that is because if you zoom in here, you'll see some of these bees doing like a waggle dance, kind of, and that means that they found a place and they're trying to communicate with the other bees of where that place is so they can all agree on their new permanent home. So my plan is to lower the bucket down, because I have it on a rope here over the branch. Lower it down over this 10-frame deep box. See if I can locate the queen and put her in a clip. And then I'm going to shake the rest of the bees into the box and then leave the queen in the clip for a couple days. And I'll go ahead and put a frame of brood in there to hopefully the bees will stay in the box and not swarm again. So that's my plan, and let's see how well that works. Here's the back side of the swarm. It's quite interesting how they have taken up the shape of the bucket. So I was unsuccessful on the first try. They keep falling into the box. Another thing I felt interesting is I've already killed about 6 or 7 small hive beetles. So they must piggyback on the back of the bees or something. Alright, I gotta regroup here. So I gave the bees a 45-minute break. Looks like the majority of them have returned to the outside of the bucket. I also put a frame of eggs and brood. So you can see the bees are interested in that. That is something else. All the way around the bucket, except for a little bit right there. I'm gonna try the shake trick again, and hopefully the queen falls in the box. Well, there's only a few left in the bucket, but they went up high. So now my only hope is they will find one of my other traps. So unfortunately, the swarm has moved about 40 feet up in this tree. Quite a large swarm. If it was 25 feet, I could probably, or 30 feet, I could probably get it, but not 40. So my only hope is it will get into one of my other traps. And it originated over here where this bucket trap is. And I also set up a hive right there. And about 200 feet this direction, I have another bucket trap. So we'll see. Leaving the property, but right before I'm leaving, I just wanted to look at my wood trap, and it's got more bees checking it out now than in the past. So I'm just hoping that that will make their new home.